How's it going, folks? Phoenix here. Figured I'd bring you guys into my Fenton Forest server that I play with, that I have. It's for me and one of my buddies. Just a place for me and him to play together. So I figured I'd kind of show you my farm I built on here. Just talk about it a little bit. This playthrough here, we basically just pick stuff we want to play with. You know, might be mostly American if we're on an American map or whatever, but it definitely isn't entirely. He's playing with some non-American stuff. I have a few things that don't fit that bill. That's not the point. This is just us relaxing and playing the game without a theme or, you know, a certain play style. I'm playing a little larger on here. Bigger equipment, bigger fields. And I'll probably even get into some logging. I'm currently playing at the main farm. That's where I built mine. So I have 2 big fields and a grass field right there. But I am eventually going to try to buy this area up here and do some logging. It'll be my first time really doing some logging on the map. So I have a lot of the Elk Mountain Ranch modded structures on here. The mod author did a great job with these. I really like them. You actually walk up here to hit the sleep trigger, which is pretty cool. Lights all function in them. Buildings are laid out, decorated nicely. I'm very happy with these buildings. So, like I said, I have that. That obviously you recognize that's from the in-game. I have the garage that goes with them. Over here. Got my nice 350 right there. He went ahead and made a few different options instead of just the rusty tin roof like these have. There's a couple other options, and I think the gray option actually has Dodge posters and stuff inside. And I think he's going to do another version that has Chevy. We do have the new straw baling and pelletizing mod on here, so I do have a pelletizing factory right here. This is from the Midwest Shed Pack. This just has all my small implements, and it's where I'll keep my pallets of stuff whenever I get going. This is very fresh playthrough. All we've done is just get our farms built up, start buying some equipment, and I got my first my fields plowed, my first coat of lime on there, and getting ready to do some fertilizing and planting. We picked out a geo that is going to allow us to have cotton as a little bit of an option. Very small planting option for cotton and very small harvesting, but it gives us that option. Plus in the winter we still should theoretically get a little snow depending on the precipitation level. This is another Elk Mountain building right here. I like the way that it shows plywood on the bottom. I find that very accurate. It just looks good to me. Plywood with the tin roof on top, that seems about what I would expect to see. Nice structure there. I do have 2 chicken coops. I'm mostly playing this playthrough with dairy farming because I haven't really done a whole lot of dairy farming. But I do have pretty heavy chicken production area here. I could have up to 1,000 chickens. I definitely won't have that many, but whole point was that way I could have some growth. They could produce more chickens. I could sell them off for the meat as well. And mostly chickens and cows are how I'm going to play this. I do have a small horse pasture I'll show you, just because I like the look of it. So here's my silo. It's a combination of the GSI grain dryer that allows me to produce dry corn on this map. So that's kind of neat. That's just an extra thing that we can do. And then I also have a large multi-fruit silo just to kind of help round it off and make it look like a nice silo system. Plus, gives me the ability to store a few other things if I did want to, because this is the extent of what you can store in here only. Plus it gives me a few more bins just to make it whatever, I guess. I like the look of it, so that's what I went with. Made it look like a really nice large complex. Then I have this nice, I do have a couple large silage bunkers over here, just in-game placeables. So I can play around with pushing grass and chaff if I want to. But I also have this fermentation silo, which is kind of neat. I like the way it functions. And it even produces digestate as a byproduct, which is also pretty cool. And I have this for storing some hard fertilizer and lime and seed and whatnot. You actually turn it on and off with that as far as the dump point up there, or that fill point, and then the dump point also. I actually really like the way that that functions. And over here we got my cow barn. There's a lot of cow barns out there that I kind of like. There's probably even a few I like a little bit more than this one, but this one does look good. It fits with the tin and rafter feel of the other buildings I have. And most exciting about it is it does function with the new manure system, so I can use all the hoses and pull my slurry with a hose, and I have an extra storage tank here that also hooks up with a hose, so I can transfer right from there to there if I want. And that's going to be fun. I get to play with those, which I enjoy. That's just an extra added bit of realism that I find enjoyable about it. So that'll be my primary dairy operation right there. And then we got this. This is also from the Elk Mountain set. Again, amazing detail on this. I love the way that they that it's decorated. Functioning lights. Gun safe in the shop. Probably not a bunch of guns in there. It's probably more for storing money and important documents, but I just really like it. It's not massive, but it's big enough to hold 4 pieces of equipment without interfering the pass-through section of it. Lift actually functions. Lifts most things up accurately. Looks a little funny with some of them, but you can repair whether it's in the lifted position or not, which that in itself is kind of neat. And then here I have another building from that set. Again, plywood. This one's built more with logs. I believe the lights in this one are automatic. Just another nice building. And these are part of the map. These are the Stevie greenhouses. They're built right in the map. I would prefer to have grown maybe tomatoes or something like that, whereas this I think is cabbage and pumpkins. But I'm going to stick with these. These are right where they were placed originally in the map, because I like the fact that they come with a little extra detailing around them that wouldn't happen with the other ones, like these generic version of Miracle Grow. There's a windmill. This also came with the map. You can get water from there if you wanted, but since I'm playing with the hose mod, this is actually where I pull my water from. A little bit more fun, adds a little bit more realism to it. That's my horse stable. I'll show you that in a second. So I use the two-sided bale shed. This is where I store my bales. I'm gonna play with square bales this time. I haven't played with them too much, but with that new pelletizing mod, there's some nice bale grabs, and then the baler itself has a cool attachment for square bales. So we're gonna try that out, something different. I'm playing with round bales all the time. A couple of more storage buildings for all my various implements. And then here's the horse pasture that goes with that mod. This is again a very nice looking set of buildings. I like the way they work. I like the function. This should turn on, but trigger might be a little goofy on this one. I can't quite get to it. And then on this one, it's kind of neat because if you want, you can actually get up this ladder. Little bit of a pain in the butt to do so. But then this door opens, and if you have one of those bale elevators, you might be able to position it properly. And then if you're using a small square baler, you could actually stack your bales up on the bales loft up there. So that would be kind of neat. You actually drop the hay in the hay ring there. I also find that to be really enjoyable, that you can do that. Over here is my other large field. This would be field 1. And then a couple nice decorative things that this mod comes with as well. You got this main gate to get into the farm. And then it also comes with a nice sign to get in the building. I'm sorry, not to get in the building. Nice sign for the road, let you know where you're headed. I kind of went a little goofy and just placed it over top of that other sign. Looks good for the most part. A little silly, but whatever. So, like I said, this is my more relaxed playthrough. Try not to get too hung up in the details. We just kind of play on here. I might bring you guys back occasionally and show you the progress and how things are going. But that's my farm. So thanks for joining me on the video. Hopefully I'll see y'all in the next one. Bring you back occasionally and we can check out how this farm's progressing and what we got going on. So thanks for hanging out with me, guys.